In our previous video, we have explored the complex number, and now in this video, we are going to explore two powerful data type, struct for structure data type and cell for cell array data type. So without wasting time, let's get started. And first of all, we are going to start with the structure data type. Structure in MATLAB are data type that allows you to store collection of data items, each called a field, under a single variable name. Each field can contain data of different types and size. This makes structures ideal for grouping related data where each item has distinct identifier. Now let me show you how to write a syntax to create a variable of structure data type. First of all, let's go with clear all in CLC and then we'll write the command. Here you can see this is the name of our variable and this is the command struct to identify structure data type. Into the bracket, this is our identifier and this is our data. This is again another identifier for age and this is the data. And this is the third identifier for occupation and this is the data. Now let's run this section and you can see here structure with field. The first field is name and the data is Mruduraj, then age and then occupation. So this each field has certain data in this. So with this, now let me show you how MATLAB stores structured data in workspace. So here we are going to open this. Structures in MATLAB are stored in a way that each field can be accessed by its name. And here you can see this is the first field, second field and third field. If you want to access this, you can double click and open this. If you want to access this, double click and open this, and the likewise in this also. So here basically MATLAB manages each field's data separately, allowing field to hold different types of data. Just let me close this thing and show it to you. For example, if I want to extract name, then I'll write person dot name and it will show me the name and it will show me the age. So this is how each field can be accessed separately by its name. And to access field separately is one of the basic operation that you can perform with the structured data type. So if I show you another basic operation with this structured data type, then you can access and modify the field of structure using dot notation. Here we have seen this dot notation, right? So this is really important. Using this dot notation, we can access individual field and we can modify individual field. For example, what if I want to change the age, right? Here the age is 35 and now I want to change it. Instead of 35, let's make it 31. And here you can see the updated structure. Name is same, occupation is same, but the age is 31. So this is how you can perform basic operations with this structured data type, and this is really powerful data type. Now let me erase this thing. Now we are going to see basic issues with this structured data type. Many people does this common mistake when they are trying to access non-existing field, and this will result in error. So always make sure that whatever field you are trying to access, it is the part of that structured data type. For example, let me access here person dot address, unrecognized field, right? So when you have large structured data, at that time this could be possible issue. So to solve this possible issue, here is a small code that you can run, right? I'll run this code, and this code represents that if the address field is available, it will show it, and if it is not available, it will show the field does not exist. Now let's run and see here, it shows field does not exist. So here you can use this is field to check whether the field is exist or not. Now if we talk about the performance consideration of this data type, then structure can be memory intensive if not used properly, especially with large arrays of structure. However, they are highly efficient for organizing complex and varied data structures, and that you can see over here, name, then number. So this data type is very useful one. Now let me show you one of the practical use case of structured data type. One of the practical use case for the structured data type is managing diverse data set, such as patient records in medical applications. Let me write over here. So what we did over here, we have stored patient ID, name, age, and what we have diagnosed for him, right? So now let's run this field, and here you can see patient ID, name, age, and diagnosis. If you write patient dot diagnosis, and you will get diabetic. So all in all, the structured data type is really very useful. So I think the structured data type is clear to everyone, and if you have any doubt, then you can ask me in comment section. So after this structured data type, we are going to jump for cell arrays. But before that, there is a quick short question for you. And the question is this: from this patient data set, if I want to access the name of the patient, then what should I write? Your options are this. Write your answer in comment section, and once you are done with this, let's jump ahead. And the next data type is cell arrays. Here also, first we'll write CLC and clear all, and let's clear everything. So now let's understand cell arrays, right? Cell arrays in MATLAB are containers that hold the data of varying types and size. Unlike regular arrays, which requires a uniform data type, cell arrays can hold any type of data in each cell, including numbers, strings, or even other cell arrays. So this is the fantastic thing about cell arrays. Now let me show you how to assign cell array data type to any particular variable. So this is my variable my cell, and now to create cell array, you supposed to use curly bracket. For initialization, open curly bracket, and to close curly bracket. So when you provide this curly brackets, it will understand it as cell arrays. So here you can see we have used numbers, letters, matrix, and nested cell. So now let's run this thing and let me show you how the output looks like. So this is 1 cross 4 cell array. First, second, third, and fourth. Here I have told you that we have stored this as nested cell. So over here you will see 1 cross 1 nested cell. Now let me show you how MATLAB stores cell array data into MATLAB. Let's open it. So basically each element of cell array is stored independently, and that you can see over here. And this will allow it to contain varieties of data: number, matrix, letter, and nested cell. This is varieties of data. Now not only this, but this cell itself is index container with each slot capable of holding separate data entirely, and that you can see over here, right? So this is how MATLAB stores cell array data type. Now let's see basic operations that we can do with this cell array data type. For example, we want to access any of the element of this cell array data type. So let's say I want to extract this hello from this cell array data type. So what I'll do, I'll create another variable. I'll write my cell, which is this variable, and then write 2. This is basically for second element, and then I'll run this section. So it extracts hello. Instead of hello, if I want to extract the third element, then I'll just change it with 3, and it will extract the third element. Now let me show you one more thing, and for that let's take another example. Here, and now we don't want to see this, right? So we'll suppress it. and now let's run. So now here C is 2 cross 3 cell array and I want to extract this element. So now here I'm going to show you the common issues that can arise with this cell array, or a common mistake then people made it many times when they are dealing with the cell array is mixing up of parentheses and curly brackets, and this will lead to unexpected behavior. Let me show you this. So here we use curly bracket and here we use parenthesis. If you use parenthesis, it will return to a subset of cell array. Let me copy this, paste over here and run. So this shows the subset of the cell array itself, right? And what is a subset? A 3 cross 3 double, right? So here there is no message of any error, right? But this 3 cross 3 double is not what we wanted. What we wanted is the actual data stored in this 3 cross 3 double matrix, and for that you supposed to use this method, curly bracket, and run this thing. And here is the answer that we expected, the real data which is inside this 3 cross 3 matrix, right? So this type of common mistakes can be done when you are dealing with cell arrays, and this you need to keep in your mind. Now if we talk about performance consideration of cell array, then cell arrays are very flexible, but they can consume more memory than regular arrays, especially with complex nested structure. So it's very flexible, but it consumes memory. So you're supposed to use it with caution. Now let me show you some of the practical use case of this data type. Let's imagine that you are organizing a small workshop and you need to keep track of both participant name and the hours they are attended. So here the participant name are string and the hours are numeric value. So when there are strings and numeric value, a cell array is perfect for this type of use case. So we'll write participant. These are the three participant and 6, 3 and 5 hours. So before we run this thing, let's suppress the output of this, right? And now let's run. So here you can store name and hours in 3 cross 2 cell array. So this was all about cell array data type. But before we end this video, there is a quick short question for you. And the question is this: if I want to extract the real data in this element, then what should I use? Curly bracket or parenthesis? Write your answer into the comments, curly bracket or parenthesis. So once you are done with this, let's move ahead. So here we explored structure and cell arrays, two of MATLAB's most versatile data structures. Understanding how to use this effectively can significantly enhance your data organization and processing capabilities in MATLAB. So go through the video again if you found any difficulty, and if you are clear with all the concepts, we'll see you into the another interesting video of MATLAB tutorials. If you want to explore MATLAB, then here is the full playlist of MATLAB that you can explore. So see you, I'll meet you into the next video. Till the time, bye bye.